drop the other guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout will be in the featherweight division. Introducing first, in the blue corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, and fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's representing Valhalla Combat Sports and holding a record of 7 wins and 2 losses. Damion, the Wolverine Hill. And his opponent in the red corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds, and fighting out of Burnsville, Minnesota. He's representing the Spartan Martial Arts and holding a record of 10 wins and 8 losses. He is a WEC veteran, Courtney. I don't give a fuck.
Best nickname in the business. Although the Hitman's good as well.
Not quite as original, but.
Yeah, there have been other Hitmen, but they're always good fighters.
Looking at Courtney Buck and the weigh-in photos that I saw online, this man looks so dehydrated come weigh-in time.
Yeah, he takes a little time to cut the weights. He used to fight at 55, actually, as did Damion Hill, so not too surprising.
I would question it affecting his performance, but this is a weight that he's competed at many times before. Courtney Buck in the red with black.
Oh!
Damion Hill just got dropped and ate a knee. And another knee. And another knee. Back in space here. Let's see if Damion Hill can answer. Courtney Buck throwing that kickboxing right at him early.
Quick bounce off the canvas there by Courtney Buck. Almost a breakdancing move of some sort.
Nice quick little turn of the hip by Buck on a lead left kick to the lead leg of Hill.
Both guys extremely fast, quick. Courtney a little more seasoned in the striking. It's a little tighter. We'll see which guy can really land it first. Courtney landed a big shot right away.
It's interesting, Damion Hill can stand on the outside here and watch those kicks. Courtney has thrown multiple kicks, never the same kick twice. So Hill really doesn't know where the kick's coming from or going to.
Yeah, very well versed in the Muay Thai.
Damion Hill launched a flurry there and ate a hook that dropped him.
Now this is a position you're not going to see Courtney Buck in very often, although I know he's been working with Tom Schmitz at Spartan Martial Arts, so obviously he's feeling a little bit more comfortable on the ground.
Damion Hill has the guard closed here. Doesn't look like he's going to throw anything up right away. Buck making a move. Now he might get his back taken. Hill not able to take the back, but he is able to get back to his feet.
Yeah, Damion was actually a local high school wrestler. I believe he wrestled at St. Paul Johnson. But doesn't tend to rely on his wrestling much.
Courtney Buck gave up position, but something tells me he's not too worried about being back on the feet.
No, this is the best Courtney Buck I've seen in quite some time.
3 5-minute rounds scheduled here. Featherweights in the cage. Driller Promotions, SEG, Havoc at High Five in Burnsville, TJ DeSantis, Dan Moret, Drew Studer.
Hey.
Looks like Damion's taking just a couple seconds here to kind of really realize he's in a fight. He's been kind of defensive, and now I think he's kind of finding his rhythm here, Dan.
Yeah, and getting hit right away. He's trying to recover, sort of gets what's back about him. He didn't seem too hurt, but just trying to sort of find his range and feel out Courtney. Like you said, with the wide variety of strikes, it's tough to a guy to feel out and kind of figure out.
See Courtney kind of comes from far out with the kick, but he's having success with it, not telegraphing it too much.
Yeah, it's a Superman kick.
Hill with the kick to the lead leg of Buck.
It's probably a good idea at this point.
Pace has slowed here a little bit here as we get to the halfway point of our first round.
I know Courtney Buck's only been to a decision once. Damion Hill has also only been to a decision once.
You know, I don't know if Buck is waiting for an opportunity or if he's gassed. He's definitely slowed a little bit with his outputs in.
Yeah, and with the success he had early, you'd think he'd keep that tempo up and try to push forward against Damion Hill.
Nice push kick right to the chest, puts Buck down for just a brief second. Kick goes high by Hill.
Telegraph that one a little bit. There you go.
Well, that kick spun Hill around 360.
No telegraph on that one.
Yeah, Damion, very fast in the kicks and everything as well. It's just a different kind of power that Courtney puts on him.
The technique of a Muay Thai fighter usually goes unmatched when it comes to the kicking department.
Yeah, Damion's obviously been training long enough that he's got these kicks, but not the same intensity.
Damion needs to, I think, throw strikes in combination, at least with his hands. When he throws more than one punch, I think it's causing Buck to back up and kind of reassess where he's at, but he's throwing more often than not, just throwing 1 or 2 punches at a time.
Yeah, I think all success really comes when he throws the flurries. He's so fast.
That one was low.
Guys can't keep up with him when he's throwing punches and bunches. You can, very tough to do anything but cover up, and that just lets him open up more.
Courtney Buck's going to need a second here. He's going to have 5 minutes to recover.
What's going on here?
This is the first fight I joined you guys for. The fights so far have been fantastic.
Great night here in Burnsville.
Yeah, the Adler Kennedy Angel Pacheco fight was fantastic, and then right after that was Cody Kaler and Floyd Hodges. Oh, nice counter left by Courtney.
Looks hurt. Hill is hurt. Buck goes in for the kill, but gets taken down for his efforts. That's the end of the bell.
Boy,
end of the round there.
Convenient bell there for Damion Hill.
Maybe, maybe not. He was on top.
Yeah.
Courtney Buck definitely takes that round. Solid first round. We'll see the adjustments made. If you're Damion Hill's corner, what do you say to him, Dan?
I say, you got to get the punches going in the combinations, like you said, and try to put him down. I mean, I don't know as far as submissions and jiu-jitsu what Damion really possesses there, but I think he's got obviously the advantage in wrestling, and to try to get him down with some ground and pound. If you can't put him down with the combination, throw that combination. When he covers up like he is, when he seems to be throwing combinations, get in on Hill's legs and take him, Courtney's legs and take him down.
And for Courtney Buck, try to keep up that tempo throughout the duration of the second round that he has in the first opening moments, like he did in the first.
Yeah, we'll see how his conditioning is here, like you said, with big weight cut. He's a big 45er.
Yeah, huge.
And see if he can keep that pace and the combinations going and not really let Hill come forward too much. That's when Hill does obviously his best work, is coming forward.
I don't like to be amateur carny and guess the weight of Courtney Buck, but something tells me he's got to weigh at least 155, maybe 160.
Yeah, he sure thinks so. I'm sure he puts on the weight back on. He doesn't blow it up at all, though. I mean, obviously,
still looks lean, but I mean, with that water back in him, he was so sucked out, especially in his face at weigh-ins, and now a little more rounder face and just more hydrated. Now Hill doesn't want anything of that Courtney Buck stand-up. Gets a takedown early, settles into the guard of the WEC veteran.
Now I know Courtney, he's actually developed a nice little triangle off his back. I saw him finish a guy with it once. It was a couple of years ago. It was actually before he even started training with Tom. So
it was real smart. I'm sorry to cut you off, Drew, but in the ground department there, Courtney Buck was able to circle off the fence. I don't know if he's going to try to go for that triangle that you mentioned, but he was able to make space and make sure he wasn't going to be pressed up against the fence and ultimately controlled.
Yeah, that's definitely not a move he would have seen from Courtney Buck pre-2011. But as I said, he just keeps learning under Tom.
Featherweights in the cage here.
Hard elbows off the bottom by Courtney.
Looking to pass for a triangle here.
It is. We'll see if Hill tries to get out of there.
Doesn't seem to be much panic yet.
Needs to switch his angle a little.
Slam coming up. That's enough for Courtney to let the position go. A little up kick there lands to the side of the face.
I'm good.
Of Damion Hill.
That's just stand on the feet
here. The corner of Hill saying, hey, take him right back down. He had some success there.
It's really not a terrible idea.
He's down a round. So far up in this round, just from the positioning, you got to think that he's ahead very early into the middle period. But you got to be a pretty superior striker, Dan, if you want to hang out on the feet with Courtney Buck for any prolonged period of time.
Yep. Yeah. It's not where I'd sit with him the whole fight. That's for sure.
Big uppercut from the outside, misses by Damion Hill. Answered with a Courtney Buck left hook.
I think he threw that one from St. Paul.
Courtney's circling the outside. If I'm Damion, I think I want to push him a little more forward. He keeps getting right to the fence, and then he doesn't use that. I'd use that position of him being against the fence to slow his movement. If he's going to be there, there's when you can throw your combination because you know he's going to be right there. Tough for him to move.
Damion Hill's been able to land some strikes that don't have a lot of power on them, but they've been able to wobble Courtney Buck as he's been off balance, and both men share a couple of kicks that look like they were not pleasant.
Yeah, good group of chain strikes there from Damion.
Damion's stalking Courtney Buck a little bit more this round than he was in the opening frame.
Yeah, he really is. He's controlled the center of the cage pretty much the entire round here.
Gonna get another takedown as well. 2 takedowns for Damion Hill in the second round.
Yeah, this is definitely a Damion Hill round.
See what he tries to do here. We saw Courtney Buck attempt at a triangle choke.
2 minutes left in the round.
Dan, if fans want to follow your road to the RFA, how can they get at you on social networking?
On Twitter, at Dan Hitman, and find me on the Facebook, Dan Moret.
Come out and see him fight. He's on the Cage Chaos at Canterbury 2 card, April 27th at Canterbury Park. Tickets on sale for that?
They are on sale. You can find them at cagetix.com.
TIX.
TIX, yes, good call.
Not to be confused with Eric Tix.
Or Clay Tix, for that matter.
Perfect.
Here we go. He's setting up for that triangle again. Oh.
It's interesting, Damion Hill able to stop it there. Courtney Buck really not making any illusions about what he's going for. He wants that triangle. Now he might be able to flirt with the Kimura if he puts his arm through, but not able to do so yet.
Yeah, he keeps looking for the sweep on the other side. He wants to wrap over, almost as if he's going for guillotine and reach under the opposite side arm and look for that sweep. He had it up earlier, did not get it.
Courtney Buck throwing some elbows, which allowed Damion Hill to throw some hands.
His Muay Thai transferring onto the floor and still got good power on the elbows.
Look at those elbows there, not to the head, but to the shoulder blade, the arms, the shoulders of Damion Hill. That's got to hurt.
Yeah, good elbows to the triceps. They were definitely dead in his shoulders. It'd be tough to keep those arms up later on in this round or in the third round. If I'm Damion Hill, I want to create a little space. I'm not going to let him go for the triangle or these elbows. That's where his strength is out here on the ground. Posture up a little. He's kind of just laying in the chest. I'm going to posture up and try to land some strikes with some space there.
You know, Courtney Buck being active off his back might almost be to his detriment. I'm surprised he's not trying to get overhooks, really kind of negate the offense of Damion Hill and look at the ref for maybe a stand-up.
Yeah. And even if you're being very active on the ground, tough to win around being on the bottom. The judges just don't score it that way.
Yep. Final seconds here of the second frame. Damion Hill, I think, is even this fight up.
Yeah, I would agree.
You know, I asked you in between the first and second round, Dan, what the corner of Damion Hill should tell him to do to get back in this fight. Whatever they did, it worked. Now, if you're in the corner of Courtney Buck, how do you reclaim that magic of the opening frame?
I tell him he's got to control the center of the cage. He can't be backing up or circling the outside so much. The movement's great, but you can't be getting taken down again. Let those the kicks go. It's a couple times when he threw knees is when he's getting taken down. Yes, he has great knees and powerful knees. If he lands one, possibly finish the fight there. But that risk is getting him taken down, and that's losing him, lost in that round. I'd stay going with the combinations. You've got to let the hands go again. That's how you win if you're Courtney Buck. Is powerful strikes, combinations coming forward.
Courtney Buck was able to make it to the WEC and fight Fredson Paijan. Was able to get that fight on short notice. His record since then is kind of evened out, 10-8 coming into tonight. Do you think that the better days of Courtney Buck are behind him, or do you think he still has a run to get back to one of the bigger shows?
I do think he still has a run left in him. He's still relatively young. I'm not even sure if he's 30 years old yet, but he has lost his last 4 fights. It's been a rough couple bouts here, but last fight was a split decision. He also has a UD in there, so he's also fought top-tier guys in those fights as well.
Courtney Buck needs to make a statement here in this third round, though, if he wants to win it. Same can be said for Damion Hill.
Courtney actually holds a rear naked choke win over Frankie Johnson, who we saw earlier.
It's interesting, Damion Hill's corner kind of cornering like Mark Lehman, actually calling out a Mark Lehman student saying, do the Johnny Hendricks.
I did not hear that, but
I don't know what the Johnny Hendricks is, but something tells me it might be a left hook.
Nail him with a left hook.
Yeah, right. I would assume so.
Johnny Hendricks victorious over Carlos Condit, punching his way to a title fight with UFC champion George St. Pierre. That should be fun.
Team takedown, baby.
Speaking of takedowns, Damion Hill able to get it against Courtney Buck. Courtney Buck, you know, really loading up in the elbows there. Elbows to the body by Damion Hill. Oh, look, Courtney Buck yelling at Damion Hill's corner.
Oh, wow, strong elbow.
I'd put my efforts towards getting up rather than talking to the corner, but
Yeah, well.
Courtney Buck a little bit emotional. I mean, have you seen that in the past, Drew, from the WEC veteran?
Not really, but I mean, in this position, it's like you said, the guy's 10-8. He's lost his last 4 fights. Taking another loss here, I mean, just makes that that hill even tougher to climb.
There was a pun there. I saw what you did.
Yeah, I was working on something, but I lost it.
A stand-up there by Daryl Glethmiller. Back on the feet. This benefits Courtney Buck.
Absolutely.
he needs to let it go here.
He does.
Damion Hill's confidence, though, I think has improved over the course of this bout, Dan.
Yes.
And nice. There you go.
Yeah, sprawl, and there's a good sprawl and a knee.
And
fight very much up for grabs here.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I scored the first round easy 10-9 Courtney, second easy 10-9 for Damion.
Coming up on the halfway point here of round number 3.
And Damion really just hasn't done anything. He hasn't tried to pass. He hasn't postured up to land strikes.
Damion Hill still the aggressor walking forward towards Courtney Buck. Courtney constantly moving.
Yeah, Courtney hasn't spent much time in the center of the cage here. He's usually controlled by Damion, but he's doing a little bit better job here this round.
Solid kick to the lead leg of Damion Hill by Courtney Buck. Left hook misses by Buck. Attempt at a counter by Hill, but nothing there. Two minutes remain in this fight. Dan Moret, I think it's up in the air. Either guy could still win this.
Yes, the first 2 rounds, like we said, probably a split. And this round, it's very up for grabs. If somebody has a strong show you the last of the round, they definitely could steal this fight. And you know, we said if Courtney takes a loss, big hill, to climb after that. I think it's a big fight for both guys. They need this win. It says something for Damion if he can beat him. Courtney needs to comeback win here.
Oh, wow. Violent kick to the body. Another kick to the lead leg, but Hill able to catch it for the most part and get a takedown. It's going to be interesting how the judges see it, Dan, because that was a solid flurry of kicks by Courtney Buck, but Damion Hill's now on top of the takedown.
Yep. We'll see what happens in the last end of the round, if somebody can make something significant happen, or if this is just going to be how it finishes here.
Shade over 1 minute remains here. It's a featherweight
that
contest. Third and final round between Courtney Buck, who's on bottom, Damion Hill. I might assume that if he can ride this out, he'll probably win the judge's decision. You never know, though.
You never do know. We've seen some interesting decisions already tonight, so.
Courtney Buck trying desperately to get that sweep. Damion Hill's kind of riding his time here. Looks at his corner. Courtney Buck trying to go for a guillotine. I don't think he's...
It actually...
No, he doesn't have his hands connected.
Looks like it's under the chin.
Hands aren't connected, though.
Did
This
he
is the
tap?
sweep he's looking for before. He needs to hit that hard.
30 seconds remain here.
There we go.
Daryl Guthmiller stands him up.
And Tom is just telling him to let it fly.
That's what he needs to do.
15 seconds.
If Courtney Buck is able to put a flurry on and maybe rock Damion Hill, he might be able to steal it. But Damion Hill, in my opinion, en route to a decision win over Courtney Buck. Good close fight, though. Comes to duration.
That is a close fight. Honestly, I'm really not sure how it's going to be scored.
Ground positioning in the third frame goes the way of Damion Hill. Judges have rewarded that type of fighting all evening, but heck of a fight. Damion Hill, Courtney Buck, hats off to both men. Putting on a show for 15 minutes here at High Five.
We'll be taking a short 10-minute intermission after this bout, and then we will have Sean Richmond versus Nick Spina for the inaugural Driller Promotions 145-pound amateur card.
Courtney Buck getting his dance on here at High Five.
If you're a judge watching Courtney Buck, we got to think he won this fight.
I don't think so.
Maybe playing to the judges is what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
Huh? Huh? Yeah?
Damion Hill also making his case, walking around with his arms up, putting on the shades.
That is his MO. That is his trademark, the shades.
Judges are tallying their scores, handing it off to Mike Majuk. He will get it. And he will give us our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, the judges have made their decision. Judge Andy Kim scoring at 29-28. Judge Chuck Mailing scoring at 29-28. And Judge Carl Ball scoring at 30-27. The winner by unanimous decision, Damion.
Courtney Buck looks disgusted.
Well, I mean, when you're working that hard off your back and the guy's not even trying to pass in the half, what can you really do? I'd be a little...